Hey, ¿qué pasa, Calexico? Welcome to episode 1 of this podcast.
Yeah, what's up?
And today we have a impromptu guest. Actually had somebody else booked, but kind of, well, I mean, not to, I don't know, talk bad about the other person. Not bad, but
things happen for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a blessing in disguise, you know.
And like I said, I was gonna come to Calexco. I'm sorry, I'm Gil.
Oh,
and people, but you know, my voice sounds different. I was sick last week, and now I sound like like Kathleen Turner, like I sound like I'm doing drag. Like, hello, I'm Gilberta Burns. I don't know. I think that's a real lady too. So I was coming to Calexico, Christmas shopping, toy shopping for my daughter. I hit you up like, hey, yo, is that going to be live? Because I want Eric Ortega. Guys.
Well, he was going to be my guest.
Eric Ortega. He's someone I would like to listen to. Obviously, he's an elected official. I sent you that video where at the Farmer of the Year event, I roasted all the elected officials.
Yeah.
He was in attendance. I said some jokes about him. The crazy people because I talked to other people when I was making that, like, hey, you know, everyone I talked to, when I said that joke, like, oh, he's a good guy. Like, you know, he's a good guy. Why are you going to? And
the thing was that, I think you went hard on other people. Like, his was like,
yeah, his was just about, he was being quiet. You know, he's a quiet guy.
Yeah, he's a really reserved guy.
Yeah, and I was kind of making fun of that. But yeah, there's other people I went after, you know, crazy. You know, people, I was like, you know, it's funny is like some jokes, like I did one about John Renison. You know, and John speaks to you, it sticks. Not what he says, but his spit and sweat. Yeah. And I was really like worried about doing that. I was super worried. But when it came, like, and I was even gonna change it. I was gonna say like something else. But after like the first two jokes hit at that thing, I said, I'm saying everything the way I wrote it. Like, this is gonna hit. And
yeah. I mean, most of the people you were talking about, I didn't know. Yeah. But, the reaction of the people was like, ooh, like laughing, like
they didn't want to laugh. Like, they wanted to laugh, but they didn't. Like, I got that a few times. Like, one of the first was like, ooh, you know, I was like, oh, come on. I said, and this was a joke I stole. This was because we're a Farmer of the Year event at Stockman's in Brawley, and I was like, you know, Black Lives Matter. I said, I'm gonna get political tonight. And I stole this joke. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Not enough to be here tonight, but they do matter. And everyone's like, ooh. And then like, I looked, there's one black guy in the back, and someone told me like, we couldn't laugh because of that. And I was like, you know.
It kind of reminded me of like the, what's that, correspondence dinner for the
White House Correspondence Dinner.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that.
And I watched those. I watched Rose. I watched all. I mean, I prepared. I had like 3 or 4 months. They told me before. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna make my mark tonight. Like, they're gonna remember me, and people eat that. But
I bet they did, because yeah, I mean, like I said, most of the people you were talking about, I didn't know, but you know, the jokes were like,
yeah, you didn't have to know anything. Like, yeah, and Ben Hueso's representative was there. I didn't make any jokes about Ben Hueso, but his representative was there, and he was like, I've never seen anything like that. He's like, I didn't know what to say. After he went on stage to present to an award, and he was like, I'm speechless. He's like, that was crazy. He's like, I've never seen anyone here do something like that. And I was like, well, you know.
Welcome to the Valley.
Yeah, I'm changing things up. So
yeah. Speaking of that, you know, this podcast, like, kind of like, I had this idea in my head because, you know, I listen to your podcast, watch your videos and all that, and you know, I felt like we needed something like that for Calexico. Yeah. And then this other person came up to me. I don't know if
are you giving me your intro?
yeah. No, but I'm trying to like just background about you for the people that, you know, hear Calexico that might not know you. You know, I listen to your stuff, and I mean, I'm inspired, like, to be like, damn, like, you know, inform the people of.
Yeah. You know what? I'm honestly, I'm thinking of taking a break, man. I don't know. I feel like the people who want to know what's going on is a minority.
Yeah.
And the majority don't care. I think the problem is there's a large portion of that majority who don't care that are idiots. But I also think there's a large portion of the people who do care that are also idiots. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, I put a lot of work in this show, and I just don't think enough people give a shit. Like, I can't cuss. I don't know if I can cuss.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, man. Like I said, my father-in-law just passed. Well, my soon-to-be father-in-law, he was gonna be our father-in-law, passed away last week.
Sorry about your loss, man.
I don't know, thank you, man. My fiance is the one, really had. But it kind of made me reflect just on things, I mean, I wish he could have. I'm gonna marry my, fiance, and unfortunately, he won't be able to walk her down.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just helped me like put things in perspective. I mean, maybe I should just focus on my family right now. Maybe, I've been sick. People say I'm looking skinny. I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna mention the weight thing.
Do I look skinny?
Yeah,
people
dude.
keep saying that, man, and I need to go to the doctor. And I don't know. I think I need to prioritize my family right now. I think so. Who knows what's gonna happen with this show? I mean, I have some great things planned. But, I mean, I love the interviews. I mean, that's probably the one thing, but like the weekend update, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break from that. And
yeah, I bet that's like tedious. Like,
yeah, I mean, because I write the whole thing. I mean, and I try to keep up to date. So, like, Friday night, I mean, I work 2 jobs still. So, like, Friday from 8 to 12, I go to work, my first job. And then from 4 to, 10, I go to my other job. And I'll come back Friday with all the headlines from the week and whatnot, my research. And I put the script on. I'll stay up till like 3 in the morning, and then I'll wake up at 6 before, anyone wakes up, and I'll record it, and then I'll spend all day editing it, and then go to work again, my other job, my night job, and then post it. And, I mean, it takes up my whole weekend. And so, coupled with working. And so, I just think it takes a lot of time, and, I think a lot of people in the Valley don't care, and so I think the people who do listen to me, I think a lot of them agree with me. And so I'm, talking to people that agree with me. And I mean, what difference am I making in this Valley if everyone who's listening already agrees with listens to me because, I'm going to agree with them, or, I'm just going to want to laugh. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. Like if you're putting this information out there, but yet it's not, maybe they're not following. You expect some people to follow through, right?
Yeah.
That's my, and that same people that listen to you and that follow you know this stuff, but yet they don't. I don't know, do something about it themselves.
Yeah,
well.
you know what? And the thing is, like, everything I say is like everyone already knows. Some people are like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that, but I'm like, you the one who told me that. And so like
didn't say it.
Yeah, and like that's how this Valley is, where everything's nothing's secret here. Yet no one wants to say anything, and then you do say, and you're
the black
crucified.
Sheep.
Yeah, you're the black sheep. So this Valley is just weird, man, and I'm young, so it's not like, but I mean, what hope is there? I mean, I want to say that things are gonna get better. But I mean, since I've been doing this for like 2 years, it feels like things have stayed the same. And I think when I talk to people, that's kind of like the feel. I mean, Calexico, you guys are on the upswing. I think you guys got it going. But like, everywhere else, I think in general, I don't know, man.
I mean, I think you've made a dent because, like, for instance, that $2 million loan thing.
Yeah. Well, they still went through with it. They still extended it. I mean, if anything, it just got them pissed at me. It just got the board of supervisors upset with me. And one thing that's funny is, elected officials like you when you don't have an opinion. Before I was doing this, before the weekend update, when I was just doing interviews, oh my God, they were my best friends.
Everybody wanted to come by.
Yeah, they weren't afraid to like take pictures with me. And, and now it's like the majority of them are cool with me, but there are some that, will avoid me that, some that I haven't even attacked just simply because I'm outspoken. They're like afraid. And so, it's just, it's weird. And even the people I have attacked, I'm always open for them to like come on. I'm always open for them to, even people who I'm attacked but don't agree with me, they're always welcome to come on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like you have like a vendetta against them. It's just.
Yeah. It's not like I don't want to hear their side. Like I want them to come on. Maybe I'm even joking about them or calling them out because I want to get some sort of reaction or some just say, all right. And I'm always welcome people to come on the show and just, chew me out if they want.
And I think, just, there's lately, I think you see more of these like, for example, the Heffernan thing that went out, like more of these things are coming out, like people are talking about, like even Mandy's was on a
Probe.
Yeah.
I told him, oh, what's up with Ivy Press trying to be like small town news? I think I helped up the game of Ivy Press. When's the last time they broke an investigative piece?
Yeah.
Before Heffernan, when was the last time they did a piece where people are like, oh my God, did you know about it?
Yeah.
When's the last time?
Yeah.
And so
that's what I'm saying. Like, even though you might not see it or feel like, I feel like you've made like a little bit of progress,
I feel maybe I have, but like, I guess professionally in my career, I'm a public servant. My degree is in public administration. I think it's cost me. I think there's been jobs I've applied for, I've interviewed for, where I think it came down to they're afraid that maybe they can't control me. Maybe, I'm wild card, but I'm not above being sold out. I will sell out. And someone posted, I think someone from Calexico, Guillermo Ormesio. I like him. He's a cool guy. He posts like, Gil's a sellout. I think joking. I was like, I wish I could be a sellout.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
If someone wants to give me money, let's go ahead, man. I'm sell out. I'll spit out propaganda for the right price, but, I'm not I don't know, man. I'm not honorable. I tell the truth too. And people are like, oh, you're brave. For what? For just doing my research and telling people my research. I just watched this documentary about, these journalists, who were covering ISIS. ISIS invaded their province or whatever. And so they were covering ISIS. Like, ISIS is doing this, or they're, torturing, they're silencing. And ISIS, they had to be exiled. Because ISIS was terrorizing them, was threatening them. So they moved, so they left. But they're still getting information from people within. Yeah. And, one of their fathers got killed because of him. Like, we're not going to get you. We're going to get your father. They killed his father. They took away the internet. They took away satellite dishes. They killed another journalist. I'm thinking, that's brave. Yeah. I'm making fun of a supervisor. That's not brave compared to these guys, who are covering a terrorist organization. Yeah, and putting their lives on the line. And putting their lives and other lives on the line. That's brave. What I'm doing is I'm just having fun. And so, I gotta get that a lot. You're brave for saying those things. Yeah, I'm just making a joke. Like, maybe I'm stupid, but I'm not brave. So,
I was listening to this podcast called Stay Tuned, Preet Bharara. All right. You know who he is? He was the New York district attorney that he was investigating Trump for something, and then he got fired when he came in.
No, Bharara.
Preet Bharara. He's in Indian, I think.
Why? That sounds so familiar. I'm sure.
He's always on CNN.
Ajit Pai?
Huh?
Ajit Pai?
Nah, not that fool. Fuck that guy. I was listening to the guy, and he had Hassan. What's the guy that who did the
Hassan Minhaj?
Yeah, he had him on, and he reminded me because I remember when
Hassan Minhaj
isn't he the guy from
Daily Show?
Yeah. Because I remember when I was telling you that you were the Jon Stewart, and I was like, man, Gil always talks about his past and how he, all this stuff. I'm like, man, you're not afraid of whenever you get to the Daily Show, they're gonna bring this all out.
I know. It's funny. I was just thinking about, so my friends and I, we used to go to Mexicali a lot. A lot. And, we were like 16, 17. Yeah, we were 16. Started when I was like a sophomore, junior. And we go to this, it's not there anymore, rest in peace. Chaos.
Where was that
at the corner, like there's Meow Meow, there was Porky, and then there's Chaos. Now there's a 7-Eleven across the street, but that was a bar before. It was like this really dark, now it's like, I went back to Mexicali a few years ago, and now it's all like done up and nice. I'm like, back when I used to go, it was like dark, shady. Like, I don't want my Mexicali clean. I like my Mexicali dirty, And, we used to go, we were 16, 17, we go to this like strip club Which, I mean, it was so shady. They let 16 and 17-year-olds in for like $5 extra.
Yeah.
Like, for $5. So we'd always go. But we used to take a disposable camera. So we used to always, one of us would always have to be like responsible. Like, you have the camera. We take a disposable camera, and throughout the night, we just snap pictures. And I mean, I have no idea where those pictures are at, but there's like pictures of me doing stuff that I hope never see the light of day. I have a few. I have one of my friend who's now a cop, who's like, I think pissing like, but I have one of my friend who's a teacher now, of like sucking on a tit. Like, it's great. So, yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's really any bad of me. But I mean, there was a group of us, and like now one's a cop, one's a teacher, one's doing nothing. You know? But we're all.
He probably has pictures.
He probably has a. And one time, it's funny. Is one time my friend brought one, and then we took it. And the next, I had it the next. So I went to go developing. You know, back when it wasn't even that long ago. I'm talking about. And now kids nowadays have no idea what a disposable camera is, and this was only 10 years ago. That's crazy. And we were developing them. They gave it to us afterwards. We're going through, oh my God. And the next one is our friend's mom, like naked. I guess my friend took the camera from his house, but his mom was using it to like track her like weight loss.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, I think, I remember looking at it like, oh my God. It's funny because we're looking at pictures of like tits, like motorboating, and then we get to, and like, that's nothing, you know? And then we get to our friend's naked mom. Oh my God. Like,
but she was like completely,
yeah, there's one where she was like this, her titties sagging and muff and everything, man. And I'm like, wait, who took these?
That was my next question.
She had a boyfriend at the time, so maybe a boyfriend. But we were like,
maybe for somebody in prison.
Maybe it's for me, you know.
Maybe she knew that they can be in prison.
So, I mean, so you talk about my past it's going on my Friday, you know. I mean, because I know, like I said, some of the things I'm doing, I know people would want to use it against me. So why not take away that power of saying? Kind
of like that documentary guy, that Super Size Me guy.
Oh yeah, Morgan Spurlock.
Did you see what he did?
No.
He came out and with all the Harvey Weinstein stuff, he came out and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of the business because I know soon enough they're gonna come after me because I did this and this.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah. So he kind of like beat him to the. But he's like, it wasn't like, I can't remember the details, but it wasn't like he didn't rape. I mean, he kind of did.
Probably inappropriate.
Yeah.
Luckily, mine was all across the border with cheap prostitutes. Just kidding.
Public servants.
I paid them. All right, so it's okay to croak. Okay, I gave them $1. I made it rain, so it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how all that stuff's coming out. And locally, I've been trying to look into it. I haven't probably done as much as I could, but I've made some information requests regarding sexual harassment cases following against some more public officials. And it's crazy. So I made a public information request for any allegation settlements filed against a governing body. I won't say which. And I got a message from one of them like, hey, you better be careful with this. It's people, families can get hurt, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, so someone did something wrong. I don't know, I felt like it was like you're protecting something already.
Yeah.
Before you even know what I've found or what I have, it's like you're kind of trying to cover, I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, I'm looking too deep into it. But, locally, it's probably it's gonna come out soon. I mean, I'd hope the Ivy Press, or Desert Review can break something on this, but I think, locally you're gonna see men who have abused their position, some of their, actions come to light. I mean, I hope. I'll try to look into it, but,
and it's crazy because, how this Harvey Weinstein, because a lot of people are like, especially with the Moore guy, there's like, oh, why would they wait 40 years? But, Harvey Weinstein, like this whole actress, like Me Too thing, like, I'm sure, like, it empowered women.
Oh, yeah. Even like me, I'm doing my stuff. People are like, oh, I knew that for a while. I didn't say anything. You're not, And so, but and it was funny. I was watching this Vice video on this guy. I can't forget his name, but he did like a focus group of Roy Moore supporters. Like, why are you voting for him and stuff?
Oh yeah, I put it on. I put it on Facebook too.
Yeah, and some lady was like, I know, it happened to me 30 years ago. And like the irony of her saying, you know, why are they waiting so long to come out when she's barely saying her abuse 30 years later? Like that's, you know, makes no, you know, lady, you're proving your point.
Yeah,
like you're literally proving your point.
Yeah, and then like your like policy over, you know, over anything, you
of
know,
morals,
like,
of, you know, character, of judgment.
When I posted on Facebook, I was like, man, this is like straight out of a horror movie. It's like Get Out 2.0,
it's
you know,
brainwashing almost. It's, you know, that's what kind of sucks is that, you know, people will, you know, base their ideas on parties rather than any sort of, you know, research. And, you know, I was watching, I think Sam Harris, who said like how someone feels about guns should not dictate or cascade to how they feel about, you know, abortion or something. I think that's what you're saying is that people will agree or disagree based on what everyone else in their party feels about it. And that's you're gonna get nowhere with this group think. And so, I mean, I have ideas and things that are probably far left and other that are probably far right.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's things that, you know, I agree with, you know, Republicans and things that I disagree with them. You know, I'm a Democrat.
But then when you see something like this, Roy Moore, where people, it's like, you're making it worse for everyone, you know, so.
And the thing is that, you know, there's a big amount of people that feel the same way, you know, that agree that, you know, that even though like it's like mind-boggling, it's still like people like are like okay with it.
Yeah, it's that's the way it is, you know. And like this whole like net neutrality, and I like Ben Shapiro. I think he's a smart dude. Sometimes I think he's, you know, Ben like living the real, but I like him. I agree with some of the things he said, but he was so against net neutrality, and I'm like,
yeah, actually, I was watching a video about that.
And I'm like, dude, like just because every other, you know, conservative. Not even ever. A large portion of Republicans wanted net neutrality. So you can't. It's. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. Yeah. It's United States is fucked up. I mean, it's a great country. I love it, but it's fucked up. Like people get upset. You have to love it. Yeah. You have to love it no matter what, and nothing's wrong with it.
But I mean, I guess what we saw in these last elections in what was it, Alabama? You know.
It's still close.
It was so close, but yet the people who voted for Moore were like in their 60s, you know, like that was like his base was. So I mean, sooner or later they're gonna, you know, crap out and what, you know. Yeah,
and you know what's crazy? People, it was normal back then. Now, you know, one lady in that video. Oh, my mom would have loved if attorney of the district. Really? You know, my fiance when she was in high school, she dated a guy way older. She's probably hate me for saying this. He was like 26, 20s, I think probably my age right now. And she was like 16, 17. And so I was making fun of her. I give her shit all the time. And it was a big deal. Like, I was like, okay, say we break up. I'm 27 now. Say we break up. I think he was 27. He was like 20, he was 25, 27 when she was in high school. And junior, senior year. I think it was her senior year. But okay, say we break up. Break up. Next thing you know, you hear I'm dating a girl in high school. How would you feel about that? Oh, see, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It is weird. So I always gave her shit. Weird ass fucking. I mean, I'm 27. I couldn't even imagine. I hear like a 19. I hear anyone under 19 talk. I'm like, what a fucking idiot. I have no idea what that was going. So this idea that. I would give her shit about, you know, maybe her ex-boyfriend will become a state senator. The next right more, I don't know.
Can run his election.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me in an election. So, but it's crazy how that maybe I'm making Roy Moore's point. Don't call me.
Just I mean, politics right now is just like.
And you know what sucks is like locally lots going on, but people want to focus on the national. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's important to focus on national topics. But I mean, locally, there's a lot more topics that deserve more attention.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at our voter turnout. You know, where less than 10% of people are deciding who represents the other 90%. You know? Talk about the 1%. The 1% here in the valley is the voters. They decide. And so, you know, and people get offended. I mean, I wish I could say, there's so much more I would like to say on our local officials, our local public official, but people get so butthurt. People get so offended that I would literally lose friends. I'd probably lose more job opportunities. I'd lose quite a bit, I bet. Yeah. And so I know I'd lose customers at my parents' restaurant, which I don't want to affect. They're always worried. And they had 2 businesses, so they're always like, always a little bit worried. Because people will say the craziest stuff. Sometimes it's warranted about Trump or about Obama. Yeah, if I say, you know, our city council's a fucking idiot. Oh, what? That's my friend. That's my compa, you know. Yeah. You know, and then they'll go on bashing a bigger politician. Like, there's no difference. If I want to talk shit about a local city council member or supervisor, there's no difference in that and bashing a senator, a president, a congressman. There's no difference. So don't draw that line, you know. And so, I mean, people can make fun of who I support. People can make fun of me. You know, words are words. Yeah. And I don't really, and that's probably my big problem. I see words as just words. So when I say them, I kind of don't realize some people really get hurt by something that shouldn't hurt them. Yeah. And so I'm all for, you know, free speech and all that.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, sometimes I try to look like at the positive, you know, in our situation right now with politics. And I think, you know, Trump's made me in a way a better American because, you know, I'm getting more involved. You know, I watch, you know, I read a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of stuff. You know, I'm getting informed, not just, you know, talking out of my ass, you know. And then because you talk to people about the things that are going on, and it's, you know, you can't get all your news from Facebook or, you know, maybe like 80%. I mean, that probably cost, you know, the Democrats the election because, you know, it was full of, you know, like he says, fake news.
Yeah,
you know?
I always quit. Who's at fault for that, though? The people or the people who make the fake news?
The people.
The people. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's
because there's a lot of people who are on Facebook that don't know how to use the internet or Facebook.
Net neutrality, if they have to pay for it, they might not. So, you know, I mean, you might not get that package.
I mean, it's as simple as looking at the, you know, freaking address of.
Yeah, right. I see that. Sometimes I see people I like and I agree with post something bogus like, MAGA45.net. Yeah. Like, that's not real.
I mean, look at Trump. He retweeted that dumb shit about what was it? That kid that got beaten up. That was a couple of Muslim kids beating up this.
Oh yeah. It was from a hate group, right? That one.
Yeah. So like he's doing it, you know, like.
It sounds great. The other day I saw someone who's highly regarded in the valley, and like they have a very strong position where they can affect things, and they reposted. It was from Inside Edition, which I mean it's still legitimate. Mm-hmm. Of this girl who took a vaccine and like couldn't walk straight, but it was later proved a hoax. But she just showed the video before it was proven it was a hoax. This girl took a vaccine and she's like, I can't walk forward, so I can walk fine backwards and I can talk. And it's a fake. And she posted saying like, this is why I don't take vaccines, and then posted it. But I'm like, that's not even, that's, you know, I mean, if you can, I'm sure you can find research on your side if you don't want to take vaccines, but post that at least. You don't post something that's proven to be a hoax, but people fall for it no matter what. And so, I don't know. How do you combat that? You just have to hope that people are more responsible. But, I mean, that's the one thing about Trump is that out of chaos always comes order. Yeah. I mean, it might be more chaos, but eventually there has to come order. And so, I mean, that's a good thing about Trump, you know, that more and more people are involved. And I think one thing about Trump is I think that he represented change. That people wanted, And there's this joke I heard from like Norm Macdonald. I saw him live, and he said, "You know how much people hated Hillary Clinton? They voted for someone they hated more." So
they didn't know they hated him more.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people felt like Hillary Clinton was jammed down our throat. Like, you vote for her or you're gonna get Trump, and they're like, fuck it then. We'll get Trump rather than, a career.
And at the end of the day, we did get, Hillary Clinton did get shoved down our throats because, we learned that, they rigged.
It's rigged.
Yeah.
So, and I'm reading a book right now called by Maureen Dowd, and it's just a great takedown of our political system of both. I mean, she's just as hard as Trump as she is hard on Hillary, and it's just, Hillary was a politician, and people didn't want to. The way things are, we don't want to politician. And it's funny. It's like 2 years ago, like November 2015, when Trump, I think, just declared he was running. I was in a car with a former coworker, and I was like, who do you think is gonna win, Hillary or Trump? And I said, who do you think is gonna be the nominees for both parties? And she said, well, for the Democrats, Hillary, and for the Republicans, Trump. I was like, shut up, you're crazy. Trump ain't gonna get the nominee, for his party. And she's like, when you look throughout history, when people want change or tired of things are going, they vote for the outsider. Just look, Reagan, Schwarzenegger. They'll vote for regardless of who it is. They'll vote for the outsider. And then, a year later, Donald Trump like that. And so I never forgot that. And I think we were at a point in America where people were just tired. People were tired of, politicians just simply being politicians and not being servants. And, we got Trump, and it got more people involved, it got more people aware, and so you have to capitalize that. Unfortunately, I think both sides are trying to capitalize that. I think people on the right, but I think the more and more Trump does, the harder it is for his supporters to defend him.
Yeah.
And so I think eventually it's going to come to that point where people say, "Fuck, we can't get you now," and so so.
Yeah, I think he's shooting himself in the foot,
Especially this net neutrality thing. If you affect people's porn habits, they're gonna fucking revolt. They might not be allowed. I guarantee you.
If you're gonna affect people's right to Netflix and chill.
Yeah, you're gonna, I guarantee, oh my God. Especially when they can dictate, if an internet service provider wants to be a holy roll and be like, we're not gonna stream porn, we're gonna block, we're gonna make it slow. People will get pissed. Yeah. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, for sure. How many nerd hackers aren't in their basement watching porn and they're gonna
nerd hackers is regular Joe Schmo
or what's this guy Wiener?
Our elected officials, not even nerds. And so because they're trying to make internet like cable TV, and it's not. It's ridiculous. How can you be for anything like that?
Yeah.
And so, that's good. Yeah.
And I mean, just that guy's face is like.
Oh, did you watch? Someone told me you should do something net neutrality, and then I watched Seth Meyers' piece on it. You watch Seth Meyers?
Yeah, I watched Seth Meyers.
Do you watch his piece on net? After a while, I was like, I can't top that.
I think I did, but
I made fun of it. He's like, how do you trust a guy who drinks out of this big of a mug?
Yeah.
And so,
he's done Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. Mug. So even my fiance was like, are you serious? She's not even involved or anything, but she's like, why the hell would someone take that to a conference?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing's he's out in the podium and somebody asked him a question and he... He's just a dumbass.
Face.
Yeah.
He's a shill for Verizon. He's a shill for the ISPs, and so...
Did you see his interaction with Mark Hamill?
No.
Because he did that one video where he's like, the things you can do without net neutrality, and he did the freaking... was that one dance that everybody was still, and then they started dancing, the Harlem Shake,
okay.
And then he had a spinner, and then he started had a lightsaber, and then Mark Hamill's like, oh, you shouldn't, you're not you're not worthy of, having a fucking lightsaber. And then Ted Cruz joined the party, and then I don't know what. I mean, they were just going back and forth, but
I hate the argument. Oh, there was a net neutrality before 2015. That was such a fucking different time within the internet. I mean, you talk about 3 years is huge difference. So,
yeah, I mean, you can't compare it.
Yeah,
there's
can't.
No way.
And so, yeah, I mean, I haven't looked too much into kind of like here and there. But just from the outside, and even like how do you go against a large percentage of Republicans, Democrats, the people?
Yeah.
I mean, that's authoritarianism.
Yeah.
That's just, no, we're doing it no matter what. And that's what's crazy is about like some of the politics is people want freedom, but then they want to tell you what to do. It's a frustrating, that's why I'm taking a break. I'm tired of being frustrated. All these damn politics.
But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think you should take a break because,
So I can give you the platform.
No.
I'll pimp you out.
No, I'm not worthy of that.
Man.
No, but and I'm telling you because when I'm gonna plug in my YouTube channel.
Plug away.
The Ivy Nerds. But yeah, when we've been doing it for 4 years now. And there's times where it's like we just don't make stuff because you do something and then you watch it and it's like, it's crap. So
I'm not crap.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's times where it's either you hit a wall or they're just stressed.
It's not fun anymore.
Yeah. When it stopped being fun, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a job. You're not. It's a hobby. Yeah. So if it's not fun, it stops being that hobby that you started. To...
And like it's weird because like now I have an opinion now, and so like some elected officials don't want to come on now. Before they all wanted, because I'm going to say, hey, tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's your favorite color? And now, I have this knowledge and, I want to have questions and they're not as willing as before. And that's why I think I told you is like, you get this knowledge, you start, it's hard to be unbiased when you have this knowledge that, it's hard to ignore. And so, like I said, when I first started, I'm gonna be unbiased and be fair. But then you start getting these things and knowing these things. It's like I can't just sit here idly and not say anything.
Yeah, but I mean, when you have like these facts and stuff, is it being biased or is it just like bringing stuff to the table, like saying like, I don't think
it's not biased, but the people who don't have those facts or who won't agree regardless are going to see it that way. And they'll tune out because people don't watch something they don't agree with. I mean, people watch what they do agree with. Not everyone. I think you probably hear different points of view. I hear point of view, but majority of people tune in to kind of just get a confirmation bias of, yep, that's right. Tell them, I agree with that. If they don't, oh, fuck you then. Change the channel or change the YouTube or change, scroll up.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's good to see because sometimes I'll sit and watch like Alex Jones for an hour.
Oh yeah. I like Alex Jones.
And it's like, sometimes I'll sit here and watch it and my mom's like, what the heck are you watching? I was like, man, this guy's just funny,
Yeah. Entertaining.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, fuck. People believe this guy. They believe the shit he's saying. And not only that, but they're buying his fucking shit he sells on his YouTube.
And that's what sucks is that I feel like you have to be either on the far, whatever the fuck Alex Jones is, the far right or the far left, the people to tune in. And if you want to be that kind of neutral, kind of, I'm going to go against both sides regardless, you're kind of just fucking thrown to the whatever, you're ignored. I mean, name a journalist. I mean, the fucking Bill O'Reilly, Todd Haney are the highest ratios, and the left you got like Rachel Maddow, and even, I mean, she's kind of biased on the left, and fucking Al Sharpton, on the fucking left. And so, who can you tell me who's in that middle ground that's fucking calling out everyone?
Who's that guy from Shepard? The guy from Fox?
Oh, did he get fired?
I don't know. He's the guy with the big ass iPads in his
yeah.
I mean, he like I kind of like him because he'll throw shit at
Trump. Yeah.
So like, and he's a Fox guy, you know, like, I mean, I don't know if he's in the middle, but you know.
You know, it's funny. I've seen this video and I've seen comments of his videos and people just trashing him. People who are like Fox viewers but don't agree with him.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy. Fucking, he's gay and shit like that. And,
but see, like, you know, he's somebody that you could probably say he's.
I guarantee you the people who usually tune to Fox, he's probably one of the lowest rated.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. But yeah, he like a lot of his stuff, you know, it'll come up in CNN or whatever, because, you know, he'll say like, you know, you guys are, you know, dumb, like don't listen to, you know, he'll point out something that, you know, Fox might be, you know, pushing, you know, like the Mueller thing right now, you know.
And I wish there was like a news channel that, I mean, they say CNN, but I think CNN's kind of shit wrong. And so, that, I don't think CNN calls out probably Democrats as much as they should. I think it's easy to shit on Republican. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are some good ones. There are some good qualities, but I think it's easy to just trash on Republican. Yeah. And, I think you gotta fucking trash on the Democrats too, cause the fucked up shit they do as well. And so.
Yeah, like you said, they don't focus on that as much as they do as.
Yeah, it's fun to make fun of Trump. It's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I to poke fun at him every now and then too. I try to give him a chance. I was like, yeah, you know, he's not that bad. But like I said, once those decisions start popping up, you're like,
it's hard.
Yeah, like fuck you, man. Yeah. And so,
and it's hard to believe like the people that, you know, try to defend him and stuff like.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you can defend him on certain things, you know, but when they start like, well, because they just, it's like this, you're not justifying anything, you know, so. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, you need to get your local ICOE representative on, a County of Education representative, Annette Gonzalez Butner. She's a representative for Calexico. She just won the election against Cesar Gonzalez.
Yeah.
There's a big old thing the other night at the meeting. Did you see the video on YouTube? This attorney went up and was like, yeah, I got my right to speak, and just started like fucking yelling at the board.
The Lord?
Yeah, and so it was just her boyfriend. And so, and she's on the board. And so the sheriff's like, dude, you shut the fuck up. Like, and he's like, he laid on the floor like, no, you can't get me out. And they like grabbed him, like barely grabbed him. He's like, I'm getting abused. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
And check it out, it was circulating on you in the Facebook. I'll tag you in the link. And then they escort him out. And so they say so he lives in Santa Clara. He used to be on the board on Santa Clara. She lives here. Her kids go to school. Last time there was an investigative piece in Desert View. Her kids are registered to go to school in Santa Clara. She lives here.
Here in the valley or in
Calexico?
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And so, but they're saying like she travels back and, I mean, her kids go to school somewhere else. Her boyfriend lives somewhere else. I mean,
yeah.
And so, so there's a big thing. And I reached out to her when she won the election. I was like, hey, you want to come on the show? And she gave me like 21 fucking questions. I don't give a shit. She can listen. Someone can tell her. Who are you? Why? So if you ask her, be prepared for a barrage of fucking paranoid fucking questions. I'm pissed off just thinking about it, because I've never been questioned like that. And I was being polite. I even ended it polite, you know. And she was like, I think she left it open to come on, but fucking after this interrogation she gave me, you know, go fuck yourself. and so ask her to come on. She represents Calexico's district. Just shoot her an email. I shot her a Facebook Messenger. But there's a lot of controversy going around her and her boyfriend. I guess they're trying to fire the superintendent, Todd Fennell.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's we want this on the agenda, and it wasn't on the agenda. Blah blah blah. Her boyfriend's been accused of like stalking, harassing, abuse. Like, her boyfriend's a fucking nutcase. And if he's listening to this too, I'll fuck you up. Don't even fucking try to come after me. Cause he has like this history of like abuse and people who have like gone after him. Like he was on the Santa Clara Board of Education. They spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars for security because they're so afraid of him. And so, fuck him. I ain't afraid, you know, fuck it. And so, ask her to come on. Obviously tell her, you're nothing like me. And so, That's something that's going on Calexico. I should tag you on the video. It's a crazy video of him just making a scene. They escort him out, and like think her daughters or his daughters, like, what are you doing? Like, get him the fuck out of there. That's what they're doing.
But she was there?
Yeah, she was there. She's on the board. I mean.
No, but the daughter?
Oh, the daughters are outside. Like, what are you doing? Man. I think the fucking sheriff's like, shut the fuck up. Like,
so it's crazy how, Calexico was the drama, like in...
It shifts. So if it was Calexico, and then it was Westmoreland for a while. Yeah.
And then it was the IID board.
The IID, and now it's like ICOE. And so it's El Centro was before. El Centro had the Planned Parenthood for a while. I remember that like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a craze, like thousands, hundreds of people going to the meeting, like waiting outside. Centro, Calexico, the IID to Westmoreland for a while, and now the ICOE. Yeah, eventually it's going to go down to the Board of Supervisors because they get to do whatever the hell they want. I mean, I love the board. I work under the board. But no one goes to their meetings. They don't get no input. They have it at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Yeah, and even the IID is like 1 p.m. or something, like the meetings.
Yeah, it's like at 12 or something. And
I was looking into it. I was like, why so, people are at work. Not
I know that because we have it every week, and if we have it, on a different time, it's going to cost them. I'm like thinking, okay, so you have it on Tuesdays. Why don't you, cause like if we have it at 5 o'clock, people are going to stay extra and that's going to cost us. I'm like, well, why don't you just have fucking everyone come in at 9 that day? So instead of working 8 to 5, they work 9 to 6.
Yeah.
Or, we have things that go on for hours. I mean, you just don't want fucking people there.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking say that. Because, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, if people are more informed, I think a lot of our local officials are worried about votes rather than the people. Some might, if they disagree, if you're listening, then fucking come on my show and to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's, local politics is like fucking high school ASB,
Yeah, and change is ugly. I mean, we're seeing it with Trump. Not that he's causing change, but externally, it was ugly the way this whole thing is, but people, I think our local officials want to play nice. They want to be liked. They want to not rock the boat. And nothing's ever going to get done that way. I mean, give me one thing where change was smooth. It's not. Change is always ugly. Change is always chaotic. I mean, that's the kind of definition of change, is a fucking shift.
Yeah.
And shifts, and so I think you see that a lot. I think Matty from Calexco's not afraid to rock the boat. I think he's, really shifted things.
Yeah. And he gets a lot of shit, and I'm like, because, we're the same age. We grew up together since junior high probably. And a lot of people that we both know are like, oh no, fuck that guy, he's fucking dumb. Like, I'm like, to be honest, dude, like, ever since, I can remember, like, he's the only guy that's been, asking the right questions, making people like shake in their boots, but if you, and a lot of people that disagree with them or don't like him don't even live here, like, just because they had shit, high school shit,
Yeah. And I think I think those Centros are right. I think their city council, I know there's stuff going on with the police department, but they're pretty well. You got attorneys, you got,
yeah, it's a balance, like,
yeah, bro, I think Luke Hamby, will make it, is going to shake things up, but one person, so who knows? I think bro, the same thing. I think everyone wants to be liked. I think everyone doesn't want it because it's a small community, right? And so you make one decision, it pisses off. You're going to see that person at the store. And so, we can't piss people off if we don't do anything. I think that's kind of the mindset of a lot of elected officials. The county, I think they're just kind of in rubber stamp. Honestly, I think the county, they've made changes to the new CEO, a couple hires, but I think a majority of it in the county is just business as usual. Let's just fucking keep the thing going. And so I don't know what's going to happen. I know the county got rid of this past CEO, Cordova, and got a new one who's a good hire. But I know I think the decision, I think that things going on in the county, the budget and all that, it's bigger than one person. I think if they fire a CEO, that's not going to fix anything. You bring in a good one. Don't get me wrong. Tony Rogers is a good guy, and I think it's going to be great. The problems, I think, within the county are far bigger than a CEO. I think it's a systematic kind of I had Carlos Zaragoza come over, talk about one department and the nepotism in there. And I think you see that. I think I can't prove this. I can't. But I think there's large nepotism in our county. And I see that. I see that there's no one from Brawley. Now that Tony Rejodes he's from Brawley. But I do the mail, I deliver stuff, I do everything for like little things like that for my department. And I go to different departments and I rarely see anyone from Brawley. It's all people from Calexico. It's all people from Los Central. And I'm thinking, hiring's kind of done based on who you know. Yeah. And so I'm sure there's people in El Centro like, hey, this job opened up, you should apply. I'll tell my boss, he's a good guy. He's he can do this. Or he's she's smart. I think that's a lot of hiring gets done. I think.
Yeah. And I don't think it's only like it happened to me, like in my job. And like I said in my intro, like I'm not from here. I don't know anybody from here in Calexico. I have friends. I don't have any family that's from Calexico. So like growing up, it was always like, you see the same people, the same names, the same last names, the same,
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, growing up, you're like, well, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just a kid from the ghetto. Yeah. Who gives a fuck? But like growing, that was me as a kid. But now that, I'm a grown up and, I have mouths to feed and stuff like that. And, and it affects you, in the pocket, you're like, well, what the fuck, It's like,
yeah, who do I gotta, it's not even who do I gotta know? It's like, who the fuck do I gotta blow? I will blow someone for a good job here. I will get on my fucking knees and take a fucking, no, I'm kidding.
And then, there's times when I've kind of like brought it up and like, they don't give a fuck.
It's the way it is.
Yeah. I just laugh at it. Like, what is what it is. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. And I was going to say something. Oh my God. I had a good point. I just fucking forgot it. God damn. I had a great point. I had a great point about this. Keep talking. I'll remember it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's why one of the main reasons I want to do this, because, I just want to stop that, that same people, like, being elected or getting the jobs, I think, like, if people know what's going on out there, maybe they'll, I don't know, like, change something out.
Yeah, it's that $1 million question of how do we get people to just care, and how do people get informed, how do we get people to just pay attention. And it's, I mean,
and the crazy thing is that we have all this YouTube, podcasting, whatever, but now with the net neutrality shit, we don't know what's.
Yeah, man, people might say, small town news, fuck them.
If you wanna stream this, you gotta pay $100
and people ain't gonna pay $100. Okay, people don't give a shit that much, man. But like this, fuck, man, I can't believe I forgot what I was gonna say about the hiring. Such a good point, dude. I'm gonna drive home right now.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
but can you edit that in?
5 minutes after Gil left my house, he remembered what he wanted to say. This is his point he had for the topic we were talking about. What he wanted to say was that, are people hired because they can make a difference or because they can be controlled? So, really good point. And I really thought it needed to be in the episode. So now back to our regular scheduled podcast.
But no, the hiring it's crazy the way it is down here, and I don't know what there is to be done. I think you bring it up and you just get, fuck you, that's the way it is, or like I don't know who you gotta know. Fuck, I can't. I'm like trying to really spark that.
Yeah.
We know. The guy's like, who knew? I'll get on the knees and fucking take it. And I was like, you said something. Anyways, the time is it. Got a couple more minutes.
Is there anything you want to add? Like,
no.
Closing points?
No, man, I really like what you're doing. Do this. I think every city should have like something like this. Like Calexico, you guys are involved. Brawley, Unless it's like fucking cattle, no one gives a shit. People are gonna be mad, they care. They know, fucking cattle. They need to fucking put polling booths in fucking cattle. And people would fucking vote. I'd rather have a bunch of fucking drunk people voting than no one. Yeah. At least when they're drunk, they'd probably vote for who they really want. They won't. Yeah, they'd probably like, I'm gonna vote for you, and they get all fucked up. Fuck her. She fucking, he fucking burned me in fucking higher school, you know. So I'd rather have a bunch of young people. So I mean, El Centro. You know, it's funny because I thought like Imperial had it all, but they're going through a lot of shit with this water increase. For the while, I thought Imperial, they got their downtown, they getting shit going. But now people are really upset about the water increase, so they got that. But El Centro, I think they're, I don't know what's up. I don't know who they got involved. That Daniel Ochoa, but he's moving. So,
really?
I'm trying to hear from Calexico. I know there's you, there's Angel, there's even Manny's an elected official, but he's still, you know, I talked to him. You know, Centro, it's real. I talked to the elected officials. I don't really talk to citizens. You know what's crazy is that, like Manny's will reach out to me. I've had Maritza, I've had Bill, I've had El Centro, I've had like Alex, Cheryl, Jason, I've had people. In Brawley, I fucking have not had one city council reach out to me to say, hey, here's what's going on. Yeah. Oh, hey, I want to come on. Yeah. Oh, hey, they fucking just ignore me, talk shit behind my back, and then I publicly fucking chastise them, and then I'm the fucking bad guy. So, Brawley Pride City Council, like, you know, fuck you. Yeah, they do say that. I know for a fact. Like, oh, no one watches the show. Once you know he's misinformation. They literally said, you know, I'm spreading misinformation. And at the same time, like, well, why don't you fucking tell me what the real story is? Yeah. You fucking have you on Facebook, you have my number. Yeah. If I'm spreading so much misinformation, well, you can't fucking correct me? Yeah. You think I'm not gonna listen? You know, you fucking call, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, you know, so one weird thing, and I think that goes back to, you know, they'd rather not have like, argument, debate, or just any sort of confrontation with me. Yeah. And I think that's kind of how it is. We'll ignore it. If we don't fucking never argue, it never happened. You know, we like each other. Yeah,
they like kind of like the ostriches they put there.
Yeah, I think, and so people are like, well, bro, this and that. Well, our elected officials fucking act like I don't exist, and yet, so
whatever happened to like the downtown? I know you were trying
dude, I'm fucking busy, man. Yeah. I honestly, I kind of put that out there just to fucking someone could.
Yeah. You
know, it's funny, somebody, an elected official was like, oh, what happened to that? I'm like, you got 5 people on here. Some of you are retired. You fucking what? Relying on a guy with 2 jobs, a 5-year-old, a fucking show to do this shit. Maybe I just did it so you guys can fucking pick it up. Spark a fucking fire under your ass or something. Yeah. So I'm busy, man. I know Luke Hobby's trying to do something. It's just kind of what? Cause I mean, like I've actually participated in Calexicos. So Brownback Coalition puts a great one on. Yeah. And I came down here and I fucking was cleaning up.
Oh, really?
Fucking piss fucking paper and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about going. But,
it's fucking gross. It's cool. I mean, it's a great thing they do.
It is. I
don't care about something like, don't like me, but
she doesn't like.
Nah, she likes me, but we don't agree on a certain politician. Okay. No, we argue.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a germaphobe, so it's like...
Yeah, it's gross, man. It stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for the kids. I think high school kids should do that. Unfortunately, Brawley's downtown is not dirty. It's just fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of burned down, but there is dirty spots. But I don't know if it's dirty enough for like a whole group. All right, I think it's like... If we need to do this big fucking event, I think I can get like 4 people. We can probably sweep it and clean it.
In an hour, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, compared to Calexico, Calexico's work. Yeah. And that you need the city. Right, Brawley? Because there's just places with this bird shit. For the most part, it's not dirty. I'll give Brawley that. Yeah. But there's nothing there. I mean, we don't get no traffic. We don't get no people there. I mean, Calexico got the border, so no matter what, whether they're shopping or not, they're crossing.
Yeah.
So Brawley doesn't have that. So...
Yeah, and now with that, you know, the 111 going through.
Yeah, the bypass. So, I mean, I think maybe that's what I do. I probably just dropped it. It's like fucking, it's not even that much work. Right? And so, hopefully Luke Campy, I've talked with them. We'll get together and we can do something. But for the most part.
He came by your show, right?
He came by my show twice. I mean, he's reached out to me. I'll give him that. His team's even reached out to me like, hey, we want him to come on once a month. I haven't followed through with that, but I mean, they've reached out to me to actively have him come on the show. So, I'll give Luke that. Luke's the one, but he just got elected and he's one vote. Yeah. So, he's made, when I say the brawling, I should say Luke has. But I keep forgetting he's new. But the rest who have been there for fucking 8 years, 10 years, just talk shit about me. I publicly say, you know, my gripes with them. Not even with them personally, just a decision and the complacency. And then they go me, you know, closed session. And I have ears everywhere, all right? People think, you know what's funny? People think that, like, because I have some people in good positions that give me info. But I get majority of my info from the people who stamp shit, from the people who deliver shit, like the lower bottom people like me that you would never know, you know these things that are willing to tell me. So, like the Bryson Council, I know people within those meetings. You know, I have people who's recording. I know people, other city councils, like, you know, board of supervisors. I know people who are getting documents every day and stamping them received. And so, yeah, I know there's some people think like the higher ups tell me stuff, because they hire some people in that good position too, but the majority of people that tell me stuff are people like me. People who are just going by their day, tired of the system, want change and think I can help bring it. And so, and I'm pretty vocal with some local officials, that I do talk with. You know, there's a board of supervisors, maybe there's some city of El Centro. Well, you know, hey Gil, you know, the votes, what's the word, or, you know, so I've been hearing, you know, oh, well, this is going on, and so.
When did you start with this, you know, involvement though, like?
When, I was going to school, get my master's, and, I lied on my, application. It was like, you don't need to put any volunteer hours if you've worked 2 years in the public sector, and I just got hired. So I was like, fuck it. I'll fucking lie 2 years. And it worked. They didn't fucking, they did it. I want to say they checked, but I think they just called my office, and I think I pretended to be my boss. No, okay, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. They didn't check. And, everyone in my class, my cohort, had like mad experience. Like, they'd been in the government, local government for years. And so they're talking, they're just fucking, oh yeah, this, that. And I'm like, shit, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. So how about I just get people who are local government to come on my show, and I hear what they have to say. And that's my experience. And so, yes, I invited a supervisor. It's funny, when I first got hired by the county, I met with every single supervisor, all 5. And, this was before I even started the show. But I tried to go through like the clerk of the board. If you like a meeting with this, you fill out this form. And I filled out all those fucking forms. And they didn't schedule me shit. They didn't fucking schedule me a meeting with any of them. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna contact them myself. So I just called them or emailed them. And that kind of, right there, that kind of got me thinking, if you want something fucking done in government, you gotta do it yourself. Yeah. I think that's the problem, is that in government, they try to just pass the ball, like, okay, they're doing it. They're, you know, and if you want to do it, you just gotta fucking roll up your sleeves and fucking get dirty. And so I met with all of them, blah, blah. But then, I thought it's cool. So I started going to school, and, I hit up one of the first, Ryan Kelly. He's a representative for my district. So yeah, let's do it. Oh shit, alright. So I came over, and then from there I just used his name, like, Ryan Kelly's been on, you know, Supervisor Ryan Kelly's been on this show. And they all loved it, because I was giving them a platform to just say what they want. And then once I started smartening up and becoming a Mexican with an opinion and voice, it's been a bit harder. There's a while there where they all wanted to come. I mean, I was doing like 2 a week, sometimes 3. I was, for a while, just cranking them out. Now it's a bit harder. Now it's, maybe I gotta say, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember before you had invited somebody, and he's like, well, send me the questions. And you're like, what questions? I think it was, a guy from KG's. Kennedy Gardens guy.
Oh, Javier Gonzalez, my fucking frenemy.
Yeah.
He's a frenemy. Like, he'll fucking send me a message like, you fucking this and that. Not fucking, he won't cuss, but, you know, just criticizing me. And then he'll post a comment on Facebook like, Gil, you should do a debate for him. Like, dude, you were just critical. You just sent me a mean-ass message. Don't take it personal. Like, I don't fucking, dude, I don't give a shit. Last time I think I messaged, like, dude, I don't care what you think. Like, seriously, take that shit elsewhere. Yeah. We'll still fucking comment back to each other. So we're frenemies. But yeah, you wanted the questions beforehand. And he agreed to come on. And I forgot to follow up with him. I simply forgot. But he thought it was like, you just don't want my voice. I'm like, dude, I just fucking forgot. Like, that's the time I was doing a bunch. And then that net buttoner had 21 questions about what I wanted. Other than that, I don't think anyone else has asked for questions. There's been some politicians who've come on and read straight from notes. One candidate at one time, she came over and just read straight from fucking her laptop. I mean,
oh really?
She was running at the time, and I was a nice guy then. And I was like, after like, what the fuck? I should have just been like, get that shit away.
Yeah.
Real. I've had people with notes. Lately, I'm trying to have more casual conversation. Now that I like having repeat guests on because I can just get rid of that tell me by yourself, and I can just say, yo, what the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm. like Bill Hodge.
Yeah, and then shit like that. God damn, that shit was crazy.
That was cringy. I was listening.
Was it?
I was like,
how was it listening from an outsider? Like, listen, did I look bad? I felt like I looked bad. So I was like egging him on.
You were kind of like what's it called? The guy who did the pussy video with Trump. That's a Bush, but he's the reporter.
Oh, Billy Bush.
You're like the Billy Bush.
Gilly Bush.
Yeah, Gilly Bush. No, I mean, it was fun. Cringy at times.
I felt like it was cringy because he's an elected official.
Yeah.
If he was, I told him, like, dude, I think if you were just a regular Joe Schmo comedian, fine, but since, And I saw him a couple weeks ago at the open mic at Pentagonal, and he went on, and during it, I was like, yo, I was like, Jose, let me go on after. I wasn't planning on going on. I just want to check it out. Let me go on afterwards. He said, all right. So I went after Bill. I was like, this is Calexico's finest right here. This is the man that represents Calexico talking about his balls. He was like, Gil. Fuck it. I just said like one joke, and I got on. I just wanted to say that one thing.
Bill's like the Calexico Trump.
I know, and he won. And it's funny because he came on my show twice before the election, and he was kind of the same way, not as like bad, but he was pretty much just more magnified. The last interview, he was just more magnified. Yeah. But the previous two,
I think that the stand-up kind of like got to him. You know?
Yeah, I think he wanted to come on and be funny, and if you want to come on my show and be funny, you're more than welcome to. And I got the free form on my show. Even if you're a politician, if you don't want to fucking talk politics, even though I did you catch it? I should. And I was like, you're a comedian. There's been like sexual harassment allegations. How do you feel about that? I felt like he kind of pivoted. He pivoted.
Yeah. He pulled the Kellyanne Conway.
Right? I was just thinking. I'm like, did he answer? I was like, did he answer?
No, he pulled the Kellyanne.
Yeah, but no, it's finally I said he's elected. I don't have anyone scheduled. I had someone scheduled this week, but I was like, dude, I'm sick. Another time. I don't have anyone scheduled at all. It means the holidays, so
yeah.
It's like next week is
maybe
Christmas.
Do like a Christmas special or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this past week I did want to do a thing. I had some good stuff about the Brawley. At Brawley, there's something else, and I was like, I have a script for my show. Not a script. I have a the blueprint. I have a framework. And then my father-in-law, and then I got sick, my voice, and I was like, not meant to be. And then that's when I started reflecting, like, why am I stressing out over something I don't need to do? Yeah, it's how am I living? It's a hobby. So why am I why am I stressing out over something that should be fun? Yeah. That shouldn't involve any, and that's kind of lost that luster. I used to love fucking staying up writing a script, what jokes. And now it's like, fuck, I have to work, you know, and especially I like to investigative pieces, and that takes a lot of work, and so.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was supposed to wrap it up a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun when, like you said, when it's like you don't have anything in particular to talk about because you like start talking about something and then it goes off to something else. But you know what? Thank you for coming by. You know, you saved the day.
No worries.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Pretty cool.
And the cool part is that, you know, you're like the godfather of podcasting in the valley.
Yeah,
you're the Don.
The Don.
So it was just right that you had to be on the first.
Yeah, cool. You know, I learned about podcasts. There was a guy who used to do music podcasts. Completely forgot his name. Now Central. And I saw him. I was like, hey, if he can do a podcast, I can do. So it's kind of like, it's funny out there. It's kind of like a domino effect of the people before you, right? There's going to be someone who watches yours who's never heard of me, watches yours like, hey, I want to do that. And so it just kind of keeps building and building. And so, thank you for doing it. You know, continuing the local podcasters because, this is going to be a new form of media soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free. It's on a platform where everybody has, right now. So, you know, this form is video, audio, and interview 101 is really going to expand. You know, it's a Bitcoin right now. We haven't reached our bubble yet.
Exactly.
So, thank you. Keep it up, man. I'll be watching. I'll definitely tune in, sharing it.
Thank you.
And all that. So
and hopefully you'll come back soon from your break.
Yeah.
And so you can keep watching
Hopefully not. So, I'm probably still going to do interviews. I mean, those are still the fun things. But not as often. Fucking tired of people coming to my house.
You know what? That was the biggest thing with me today. With, you know, doing this was my wife like, make sure everything's clean.
Right, that's I really don't care. I'm like, they come, they're dirty, fuck it, but my fiance same way.
Yeah, and I tell my wife, they're guys. They don't look at, you know.
I'm like, they're just gonna come to it's right there in my living room, my sense. And they're just gonna come here and that's it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna look not gonna look in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And shit, same thing. And I think I've had one guest who had to pee like 4 times, and luckily I cleaned my restroom. But usually my restroom's dirty, so I think Bill Hodge peed with like the door open when he was talking to me. The former CEO of the county peed like 4 times, be like, yo, I just fucking drank like a bunch of coffee. Right, thank you. So, I just make sure the bathroom and my living room clean.
Yeah.
Fucking the pile of dishes in the sink, fuck it.
Yeah.
So thank you, man. I'm gonna tune in and I appreciate it. Respect the work you're doing.
Thank you, Gil, and thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Peace.
Cool.